The NHL is almost back. It was announced in late December that the NHLPA and NHL came to terms for a 56-game season. So that means way too early predictions time. Today I'm making my NHL 2020 regular season predictions. First, let's look at the divisions and the order I will be discussing the standings in. I will be starting with the North Division and ending with the East. So without wasting any more time, let's hop into it. So first, with the North Division, I have in first place the Calgary Flames. The Flames are a strong team, and with the duo of Markstrom and Riddick in net, the amount of back-to-backs, it will benefit the Flames and definitely go in their favor. This division won't be a runaway for Calgary, as in second place, I have the Toronto Maple Leafs. Don't read too far into this, folks. I'm not saying the Leafs are better than the Habs necessarily. The Leafs are a very good team though, and with Campbell and Anderson being a very good duo, I have them in second. They didn't get too much better this offseason, only older. Next up is the Montreal Canadiens. The reason I have them third is because Claude Julien doesn't usually use the team right, which is a problem in any season, but when you have as many back-to-backs as they have, it's even worse. I do think they have the best goalie tandem in this division, but I am putting bias aside for this video. While I would love to see the Habs do great, I am a Canadiens fan, and expectations are never our friends. In fourth place, I have the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers will sneak into the last playoff position in this division. The issue for Edmonton with me is their goaltending. It's not consistent enough. I'm not saying Koskinen isn't consistent. On back-to-backs, when Smith starts, that is when they will get hurt. The Tyson Barrie ad was huge for the Oilers, but goaltending was not fixed. In fifth place, I have the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets are an interesting team. They didn't really do much in the offseason, which is a problem. They didn't fix their brutal defense from last season, which barely helped the best goalie in the league in Connor Hellebuyck. They only added depth this offseason, which will not be enough to move them into the playoffs in a strong division like the North. In sixth, I have the Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver is really going to miss Tanev and Markstrom, which is the reason I rank them here. They are an exciting team to watch and might be my favorite team to watch in the entire league, but those losses will be bad for the Canucks. And in last, I have the Sens. Ottawa improved this offseason, but it won't be enough for me to move them from last place. Final division rankings: Flames in first, Leafs in second, Habs in third, Oilers in fourth wrap up that final playoff spot. Then the Jets, Canucks, and Senators are the bottom three. Next division is the West. In first place, I have the Vegas Golden Knights, and it isn't remotely close. The best goalie tandem in the league, and one of the best defensive pairs in the entire NHL. An outstanding forward group. What more needs to be said? They have two top 15 goalies. How many games will this team lose? In second place, I have the Colorado Avalanche. The Avs also have a really good team, which will spark interesting matchups between the Avs and Knights. With McKinnon, Rantanen, and a healthy goalie tandem, this team is going to be amazing, but not good enough to take down the Golden Knights. In third, I have the Blues. St. Louis had an interesting offseason, and they lost a lot. A punch in the gut with the Blues with Pietrangelo leaving, but having to play him 9 times is salt in the wound. In fourth, I have the Arizona Coyotes. Only if Darcy Kuemper stays healthy. Without Kuemper, the Coyotes don't have much. He carried the team for half the season last year, and if he stays healthy, he will be in the conversation for the Vezina once again. I have the Yotes just barely making the playoffs. In fifth, I have the Minnesota Wild. The Wild have a lot to look forward to this season, but goaltending will be an issue as they may be without Alex Stalock for a while next year. But Kaprizov and Fiala will definitely put on a show. In sixth, I have the Anaheim Ducks. The Ducks will not have an improved season next year, but not enough to make the playoffs. In 7th, I have the LA Kings. Not much to say on the Kings except Quick and Peterson aren't good enough to lead this team to the playoffs. And in last place, I have the San Jose Sharks. After getting rid of Dell and replacing him with Dubnyk, this team did improve. However, they don't have that much talent up front. I think the Sharks will be picking in the top 5 next year of the NHL draft. Final division rankings: Knights, Avs, Blues, Coyotes, Wild, Ducks, Kings, and Sharks. Next division is the Central. In first place, I have the reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning are going to have a great season led by Brayden Point. They have nothing negative following them over into this season. They won the Stanley Cup and they're going to win the division. In second, I have the Carolina Hurricanes. The Canes are in an interesting situation. Goaltending could be an issue, but I think the shortened season could help Mrazek hold up to the task. The Canes are a fun team to watch, and next season will be just as fun. In third, I have the Dallas Stars. After coming off a disappointing end to last season, the Stars can build around. Khudobin will be great for the Stars this season, but Sagan and Bishop out long term will hurt the Stars a lot. In fourth, I predict the Columbus Blue Jackets to slide into the final playoff spot in this division. The Jackets have a lot to build around from last year, and the addition of Max Domi, they really should be a threat. In fifth, I have the Florida Panthers. The Panthers are a stronger team than they get credit for. They have one of the best coaches in NHL history. They have a fairly solid team. They aren't good enough for the playoffs yet, however. In sixth, the Chicago Blackhawks. The Hawks are also a strong team, but without Crawford, they aren't as strong. I still think they can finish top 6 in the division, though. In seventh, I have the Nashville Predators. We didn't see the sorrows we expected in the playoffs, and I honestly can't see how they get any better this season in a stacked division like this one. And in last, sorry Wings fans, this year isn't going to get any better. Final division rankings: Lightning, Hurricanes, Stars, Blue Jackets for the playoffs, then the Panthers, Blackhawks, Predators, and Red Wings. Now, finally, the East Division. In first place, I got the Philadelphia Flyers. We saw some ugly shades of what the Flyers can be in the playoffs, but Carter Hart, a young goalie in his first taste of the playoffs, understandably got nervous. I think, led by the best center in the NHL, Sean Couturier, the Flyers will walk away with this division. In second, I have the New York Islanders. With Ilya Sorokin and Semyon Varlamov, this team will be scary. And led by the best coach in the entire league, they will have a great year and be runner-up to the Flyers. In third, the Boston Bruins. Every year the Bruins have high expectations. This year is no different. I don't think they live up to it, but I still think that they make the playoffs. In number 4, I have the Pittsburgh Penguins. After losing to the Habs in the play-in round last year, the Penguins look ahead to move on, and I think Tristan Jarry can lead them into the playoffs. In 5th, I have the Buffalo Sabres. The Sabres, who added Taylor Hall this offseason, will surprise a lot of people, but it won't be enough to make them into the playoffs. In 6th, I have the Washington Capitals. The Caps are always at the top of the standings, but without Holtby or Henrik Lundqvist, I'm not sure if Samsonov can lead this team anywhere near the playoffs. In 7th, I have the New York Rangers. The Rangers had another big offseason, but I don't think it's enough to make the playoffs in this division. The addition of Lafreniere was huge, however, they still have a young goalie and some growing pains to work out. In 8th place, I have the New Jersey Devils. Even with Crawford, I don't think this team is fundamentally strong enough to make a huge impact this season. They still have a really young team, and it will take a while to get going for the Devils. The final division rankings are the Flyers, Islanders, Bruins, and Penguins wrapping up the playoff spots, and then the Sabres, Capitals, Rangers and Devils miss out. It's always fun to make predictions, especially when it comes to standings. These are my opinions, which will likely be very wrong, so don't take these too seriously. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe. I will be uploading every day from this day to when hockey returns on the 13th of January. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe and turn on post notifications 6 p.m. Eastern every single day. See you guys next time. Goodbye.